Hi, everyone. Tanya Fowler here. I wanted to continue the series that I've been doing on the power of communication. And this time, I want to focus on active listening. That is a critical part of communication, but I want to provide my perspective on it regarding personality traits and how that does play in to active listening when you're in a communication type of situation. So with that, let me share my screen here with this element here. So when it comes to going into a situation where you're going to really want to make sure that you're being an active listener, it does help if you know yourself really well. And that means, do you think that you're an extrovert or an introvert? Please keep in mind that there are no true extroverts or introverts. We all have some sort of combination of these things, and it depends on what situation that we're going into. But extroverts typically are, more social are more comfortable in social situations. They tend to get energy from those engagements, whereas introverts tend to kind of have a little bit more of an energy drain from situations and are maybe need to, have a little bit of downtime before and after. So anyway, depending upon, who you are, and the situation will determine, whether you would define yourself as an extrovert or introvert. But I think it is important going into in a critical communication engagement to recognize that. And then that will help you to do a better job at active listening. So with that, what I mean is that I want to help you to develop a plan for that so that you really can have those ears listening really well. And so if you recognize that maybe you're an extrovert going into that situation, before you go into it, the first thing you want to do is to prepare. So you want to have your background work. You want to maybe know a little bit about the person that you're going to be engaging with, maybe about the topic that it's going to be. But you'll notice here, introverts, same type of preparation. I mean, everybody really should want to come into any sort of communication engagement being prepared and knowing what to expect. But if you are an extrovert, then here's where your extra work comes in. You might need to set yourself some prompts to remind yourself to actually listen, as opposed to maybe letting your brain kind of run ahead into the conversation and thinking about how maybe you're going to respond, but rather, and it can be if you're sitting there at your desk, maybe it's a Zoom call, you might have some sort of sticky note or something that prompts you to tell yourself, stop and listen. And if you're in a live kind of in-person event, again, you might decide to use something that's physically in the presence for you to be able to look at and remember that that's your prompt to make sure you're listening. Now, if you are an introvert, sometimes, like I said, introverts are maybe not as social. And so it would probably be good for you to invest in pleasantries at the beginning of the communication engagement. Because the more that you know about that person or get to be more comfortable in that scenario, then you're going to relax a little bit more and then again, allow yourself the opportunity to listen more attentively. Now, when you're done, though, so there's still work to be done after a communication engagement. Again, whether it's a meeting, a Zoom call, an in-person, whatever it is. If you are an extrovert, again, extroverts tend to get energy from the social engagement, but we need to stop really quick and make sure that you're engaging in the next steps that need to happen so that you can execute on those and then go out and celebrate or, release that energy. If you're an introvert, though, you might need a little bit of recovery time, depending upon how, everything went, because again, social situations tend to drain their energy. So make sure that you, especially say, for example, it's a meeting, maybe after a meeting that you were really prepared for and you did a lot of great active listening. After that, maybe schedule yourself like a 20-minute break to go take a walk, go get a cup of tea, something like that. And then come back and focus your energy on the next steps and your execution. So with that, I just wanted to be able to share those tips that I have regarding active listening. I mean, active listening is not easy. Communication overall is not easy, and active listening is definitely a part of it. So, I just wanted to pass these tips along because I think that they have served me well in instances throughout my career, and I want to be able to have that for you. Thank you. Till later. Bye-bye.